Hello and welcome to a special bonus episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. This is an ongoing bonus series as we take a look from those TV shows from the past. On this episode, we're going back to the 60s as we take a look at the Archies. And if you are enjoying these episodes, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. Now, sit back and enjoy this special bonus episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So today we are covering the Archies. This show was created by John L. Goldwater and Bob Montana. It aired from September 4th, 1968 to January 4th of 1969. The production company was Filmation Films, and it was aired on CBS and had a total number of 17 episodes. In terms of the production, in 1967, Filmation approached John L. Goldwater about licensing his Archie characters. The concept was presented to CBS executive Fred Silverman by giving him several of the comic books. CBS did like the idea because most of the cartoons at the time were action-based, and this was being protested by parents groups, and the Archies would be more of a character-based cartoon show. Music was a huge part of the show, and it was always part of the show from the very beginning. And Filmation would take all of the concepts from the show from the comics, except for the character of Hot Dog, who was created for the show. In terms of the music, the show was meant to emulate live-action shows such as The Monkees, where rock music would be incorporated into each episode. Don Kirshner would create music for the show, and it would not be episode-specific. So he would just create music videos for the show, and they would insert them into different episodes. The music was very popular, and it would lead to a release of several albums, and the most popular of these was the song Sugar Sugar, which would go on to be the #1 song on the US Billboard chart for 1969. So let's take a look at the cast. So we have Dallas McKinnon, who provides the voice of Archie, Mr. Weatherby, and Mr. Lodge. Jane Webb, who provides the voice of Betty Cooper, Veronica Lodge, Miss Grundy, and other assorted characters. John Irwin, who does the voice of Reggie, and Howard Morris, who does the voice of Moose and Jughead. In terms of what the show is about, each episode would contain 2 8-minute stories of Archie and his friends, with a dance of the week and a musical band segment and a Jughead joke of the week inserted in between the stories. The show would follow, like I said, the comic misadventures of Archie and his pals from Riverdale, and each show would incorporate humor into the stories as well. So the show first broadcast on September 14, 1968, when CBS would have it compete with the reruns of The Flintstones and Spider-Man. The show would be used as a lead-in to the Batman-Superman hour, and the very first show received a 47 Nelson rating, making it the most successful Saturday morning cartoon of that time. A year later, the show would be repackaged as part of the Archies and Sabrina hour. So the show has been released on VHS tapes along with DVD releases, and the Sabrina segments would actually be used in spin-off shows, including Sabrina's own show, as well as the Groovy Ghoulies and Super Witch. So members of the series, I obviously didn't watch these when it first aired because I wasn't born yet, but I watched. They're all available on YouTube, and they're actually quite funny. The humor still holds up, and then I like the dance segments because they're very of their time. So if you wanted to kind of do a time travel of what the 60s were like, these episodes kind of give an indication of what dancing was like back then. I like the characterization. Some of the vocal performances are a little bit weird. The character Veronica sounds very much like a Southern dame, which wouldn't be my choice for the character. But again, these are still enjoyable to watch. And it's a great way to see what animation was like back in the 1960s, especially on TV, where television at that time was fairly new, only about 10 years old at that point. So I definitely recommend it. If you don't want to buy the DVD series, like I said, they are available all on YouTube. So thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. For our next bonus episode, we're going to take a look at a more kind of action-based show as we take a look at Wildcats. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.